Check out this clip from Mr. Matthew Peacock versus Walker Buehler. What is he doing? He refuses to even stay in the batter's box, and also Jacob deGrom is missing time because he hurt his shoulder on a swing. The universal DH, I understand that the history of baseball is rich and everyone likes to be nostalgic, but we can't have pitchers getting hurt while hitting, or even just what Matt Peacock did yesterday. But anyways, what's going on, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. This is a Father's Day recap, so happy Father's Day to everyone that is watching. I really appreciate all that you do, and thank you to my dad. He bought me my first ever mic. He believed in this channel, so we would not be here without him, so thank you, Dad, for all that you've done. Now, speaking of dads, let's go ahead and kickstart the video off. If you're a Cubs fan, you should be saying Happy Father's Day to Adam Duvall because he is your daddy. He hit a 2-run Oppo Taco yesterday, and then he goes 430 feet for his second home run of the game. He has been scorching hot as of late. Jesus Sanchez, speaking of scorching, he was so good in the minors. He comes up and he hits his first home run in the pros. Pablo Lopez was insane, going 7 innings, only allowing 1 base hit to the Chicago Cubs. Doesn't allow a single earned run. And then you have Diaz hitting a 2-run ding-dong. Now, I do want to mention that Adam Duvall, he has 5 home runs and 13 RBIs in his last 7 games. Lopez, over his last 142 innings pitched, dating back to 2020, he has a combined 3.16 ERA and a 3.2 FIP. That is ace material. Usually we start these recaps with walk-offs, but I wanted to make that dad joke with Cubs fans because for me, hey, the Cubs are my daddy. I mean, dating back to 2016. The Mariners walked off the Tampa Bay Rays, but let's talk about what happened before the walk-off. You have J.P. Crawford smoking a line drive. I mean, legit, he hit this ball maybe 10 feet off the ground, and it just got out for a grand slam. You have Brandon Lau coming in for a game-tying pinch hit home run, and Mitch Haniger, he walks it off on a leadoff. Can't believe I'm still saying that. A leadoff RBI single. So when you're a leadoff hitter, there should be no one on base, but because of the new extra inning rules, yeah, that was a walk-off leadoff single. The Angels desperately needed to play the Tigers after getting smacked by the A's. They're now on a 3-game winning streak as LA, they go up by 1 run, and then Shohei Ohtani blasts number 22 on the season. And speaking of Shohei Ohtani, I will be going to the 2021 Home Run Derby in Coors Field, and I'm going to be vlogging it, so that's going to be a treat for you guys for supporting the channel like crazy over the last year, and we have not missed a single recap dating back to 2020, so we are grinding, and I'm going to reward the channel with a trip to the Home Run Derby. Jared Walsh hits number 17 on the season, so he now has 26 home runs and an almost 150 OPS plus over his last 101 games. Patrick Sandoval, he was cruising up until Daz Cameron and Jonathan Scope, they both leave the yard. And David Fletcher with an RBI double. The Angels put up 8 runs, and again, that was a much needed series as they're on a 3-game winning streak. The Padres versus the Reds. This has been a crazy exciting series. The Padres are just like the Angels. They're on a 3-game winning streak, but they're 5 games back of the first place Giants. The Reds, they score a few, and Joey Votto gets ejected. He makes a young fan cry because this was her first ever MLB game. Her favorite player is Joey Votto, and she had to see all that, but Joey Votto did make it up and gave her an autographed baseball and said sorry. Jake Cronenworth hits a home run, and Manny Machado clears the bases, and then guess what happens? The Reds, they score 2 more on 2 singles to tie it up, and Ha-Sung Kim, he pimps this. He is so fun to watch. I absolutely love this kid. They were dancing before the game. The Padres, they win 7-5. Walker Buehler has not lost a game in 30 consecutive starts, and the Diamondbacks have lost 17 games in a row after Will Smith hits a 2-run home run. And not only did the Diamondbacks lose their 16th game in a row, Carson Kelly, their all-star, fractured his hand on a hit by pitch, so he's going to be out for quite some time. That makes me very sad. Justin Turner drives in 2, and then you have Chris Taylor hitting his 10th home run already of the season. Walker Buehler took a no-hitter into the 8th. He ends up with 7 1/3 innings pitched with 2 hits, 2 earned runs, and 11 strikeouts. The Dodgers, they're creeping back up to first place, but the Giants are just so good. So before we talk about the Mets, because Francisco Lindor is actually going through a controversy right now with kind of like the people of Twitter and them saying that he's very soft. So we'll talk about that in just a moment. But first and foremost, let's bring up the Giants because we just talked about the Padres and the Dodgers. The Giants actually got handed an L yesterday by the Phillies. The Phillies gain a game on the Mets after the Mets lose 1 out of 2. We'll talk about that. But the Giants, they break out their Juneteenth jerseys. They're so sick. And Mike Yastrzemski makes it 2-1 on this bomb. But then Rhys Hoskins says, nah fam, we're gonna take this W, thank you very much, as Alec Boehm, who was horrific to begin the season, he's hitting .350 over his last 15 games, and Ronald Torreyes, the smallest man on the field, might have played the biggest with 4 RBIs, just kidding, Rhys Hoskins, with his second home run of the day, gives him 6 RBIs. So between Ronald Torreyes and Rhys Hoskins, if you put them together, you probably have a normal-sized human being. Francisco Lindor won game number 1 single-handedly. I tweeted after I saw this Oppo Taco from Francisco Lindor that, speaking from experience, when Francisco Lindor is going the other way, that is when he is about to unlock his prime self. And then he backs that up because he drives in a run on an RBI, single or double, again, I can't remember exactly what it was, but then he hits another home run. He drove in every single run for the Mets in game number 1, and Francisco Lindor, he's actually going through a controversy right now. I'm going to throw up the quote right here. Now, I'm going to paraphrase, but you guys can see exactly what he said. He is a fan of the 7-inning doubleheaders because he believes playing shortstop for 18 innings is very taxing on his body, and a lot of people are saying, yo, Francisco Lindor, I work 8 to 9 hours, 6 days a week. I would rather get paid more than God to play shortstop for 18 innings than come out and say that it's taxing to do so. Now, I don't necessarily mind these 7-inning doubleheaders, but if you guys aren't a fan of them, let me know what you think of Francisco Lindor's comments. Would you rather go back to 9-inning doubleheaders? I mean, it's only 4 extra innings. And then in game number 2, the Nationals improved to 7-3 in their last 10 games, and Schwarber, who just hit a home run as I'm making this video, he has become the single most powerful leadoff hitter I've ever seen in my life. He now is up to 16 technically, but he had 15 home runs yesterday. Trey Turner makes it 2-0, and the Nationals, they score 4 more in the 4th inning. John Lester was really good, 6 innings of 2 earned run ball and doesn't walk anyone as the pen holds it down. Moving on over to the Yankees versus the A's, Tony Kemp is going to be the Yankee killer. He's kind of like Randall Grichuk 2.0 over the last few days. You have Chapman and Olsen making it 4-1, and Bassett was really good, only allowing 2 earned runs on 7 strikeouts in 6 innings. But Gary Sanchez, he stays hot, and Judge and Stanton, they combine to tie it up in the 7th. And then Jesus Luzardo implodes. Gio Urshela hits a home run. DJ LeMahieu drives in 2 RBIs, and Aroldis Chapman ends it on a 103-mile-per-hour fastball. I want to notate that Gary Sanchez now is up to 11 home runs and a 121 OPS plus. Both of those are way above league average, and Jesus Luzardo, after coming back from injury, he's given up 6 home runs and 11 earned runs in his last 10 innings. That's terrible. The Jays versus the Orioles. I knew that this one was going to have a ton of offense, and it was proven so as Marcus Semien hits home run number 17, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has 23 on the season. Ryan Mountcastle and Cedric Mullins, they both hit a home run. Then Ryan Mountcastle out of nowhere hits 2 more, and Cedric Mullins ends it with a multi-home run game as well. So between those 2 guys, they had 5 home runs total. Marcus Semien, of course, hits the 2nd home run of the day, so he's now up to 18, and then he scores another run on a bases-loaded walk. Bo Bichette and Vladimir Guerrero Jr., they combine to reclaim the lead, and Randall Grichuk, he hits an RBI double as the Jays win 10-7. There's been a lot of offense lately ever since MLB came down on the sticky stuff. Can I just say that right now? And it makes these videos harder because it's easier just to fast forward through 7 innings of a pitcher's duel as opposed to this guy had 3 home runs and this guy had 2 home runs and then another guy had 2 home runs. It's hard to fit it all together and save you guys some time. So I guess it's better for the game. More offense leads to more views, right? The Red Sox smacked the Royals yesterday, even though Whit Merrifield stole 3 bases in the first 3 innings, so he's now up to 20 stolen bases. It's not even July yet. Xander Bogaerts drives in an RBI, and then Bobby Dahlbeck does the same on this RBI triple. JD Martinez, we haven't talked about him in a little bit. He hits a 2-run home run from Martin Perez, who goes 5 innings, only allows 1 run, and Bobby Dahlbeck hits a 2-run home run. He's trying to get hot. He is suffering kind of a subpar season, but the power has been good thus far. Why did the Marlins drop Harold Ramirez? Can you guys let me know in the comment section down below? Like, yes, Cleveland did lose the game yesterday. We'll talk about the Pirates in just a moment, but man, Harold Ramirez has been fantastic. Cal Quantrill, he goes 5 scoreless innings, and the bullpen, which is very good for Cleveland, they implode and they ruin it. 2 3-run home runs win it for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Brian Reynolds, good lord, 12 bombs, a 155 OPS plus, and a 3 WAR on the season. He's playing like an MVP. It's just, I mean, the Pirates are just so bad, even though they're about to win the series, or they're going to win the series. But I do want to note that Harold Ramirez is top 6 in exit velo and top 12% in sprint speed. Why did the Marlins cut him? Isaiah Kiner-Falefa has been playing like an all-star, but unfortunately not a lot of people are voting for him, so if you're nice enough, please extend a vote for Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. With this 2-run missile, he has 6 home runs, 15 stolen bases, and a 3.3 WAR, which is incredible. Nelson Cruz, he comes back to tie it up. The 57-year-old Nelson, he's actually not 57, I'm being dramatic, but he has a 2-run home run, and then Luis Arraez walks. The ball gets past the catcher, and Max Kepler scores on a wild pitch. Eli White, he tries his best to go the other way for an Apo Taco, but it falls just short. That was a big time win, not only because they won the game, but the Twins, they got back MVP candidate Byron Buxton. And then the final 2 games, we have some more offense. Michael Brantley drives in an RBI on the single. Then you have Robel Garcia clearing the bases, and Michael Brantley, who we've talked about a lot over the last 48 hours, adds yet another RBI. Framber Valdez goes 7 innings and allows 2 runs, which actually ups his season ERA to 1.67 in just under 33 innings. Carlos Correa now has 13 home runs and a 3.4 WAR. I mean, I know a lot of people don't want to say this, but both Jose Altuve and Carlos Correa, along with Yuli Gurriel, are kind of playing like MVP vote getters. Now, of course, they're probably not going to win because Ohtani and Vlad exist, but man, shout out to the Astros. Their offense might be the best in all of baseball. And last but not least, the Brewers narrowly get past the Rockies. Willy Adames and Garcia, they put up 2 runs as Austin Gomber, who has been really good to begin this season, he leaves with left arm tightness. The Rockies go up by a few runs, and Daza makes a fantastic grab in center field in the 6th inning. Then Garcia comes in clutch yet again, as well as Willy Adames. He wins it in the final inning as the Brewers, they take a 6-5 victory. Hader picks up save number 18, and Adames now has 4 home runs, 18 RBIs, and an almost 140 OPS plus as a Milwaukee Brewer. That was a fantastic trade for them. All right, everyone, well, that does it for today's MLB recap. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy, don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save yourself $20 off. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.